3, 2, 1.
Good day everyone, GarageKing here, and if your air conditioning has failed on your car and it's not blowing cold and you think your money is going up in smoke, well, never fear, there is a way to check it. I had a few requests to show people how to put dye in their system. So that's what this video is about. We're gonna dye the system and try to find the leak. So first thing, if you don't have a set of gauges, you can take a can like this, do not pierce the can, and then what we're going to do is we're going to attach the gauge to the car. Now the reason we're doing this first is we wanna see how much pressure is in the car, and this is a cheap, easy way to find out how much pressure is still left in our AC system. So let's connect it right now, and I'll speed it up. There you go. You can see I just connected it. And if we read the gauge, you can see there's nothing. So the system is totally empty. So now we know there's nothing left in the system. There is no pressure. Now we're just gonna go over to our dye kit, and the reason I'm doing this right now is I wanna show you how it looks under the light. These dye kits come with a special light and a special set of glasses, and you can see there just how much it glows. So it's very important you get a proper AC dye kit. You can't just use any dye. And I'll put a link in the video description to make it easier for you. The injection piece is usually 3 pieces. There's the hose that goes to your car, there's the part that holds the dye, and then there's this part I'm screwing on right now, and this is what creates the pressure. You can see there I'm winding it up, and that's what will actually push the dye into your car. Now it's very important to put a napkin or some type of towel, at least I do all the time. You can see this before you push the dye in. And the reason is if a little bit squirts out, it's very difficult to wipe off. And if it gets on the hoses, it could give you false readings because you may think your hose is actually leaking when it's not. It's just dye that has spilt. And if you're paying attention in the bubble, you can see I pushed down 1 bar. So that's the amount of dye that I put in. That's more than enough for this vehicle. So the next step is to put a little bit of refrigerant in, and then we're gonna run it and check for leaks. And you can see what I mean. Let's just do a quick close-up. You can see there's the excess dye. You definitely don't want that going all over the place. Once we do our connection, we are going to push the rest of that into the system. Here you can see I have a tank. This is not ozone depleting. The stuff that I'm using is RedTech R12. You can also get Duracool. It's great to use it when you're checking because it's not ozone depleting, so it doesn't hurt anything, and you know it's gonna leak out because we obviously have a leak in our system. But what we're going to do is we hooked up our gauges here. We're turning it on right now. What we wanna do is still, we're gonna purge the line just like so. So we're just gonna crack it a little bit. And there you go, the line is purged. There's also a center knob there where we could have pushed, I guess, with a screwdriver and purge it that way, but I just do it more old school. So now we are going to connect the low side port. We always fill on the low side, there you can see. And if you buy one of those cheaper Amazon kits and you're not using gauges, you will find they all fill on the low side. So no worries there. And you can see this is exactly why I had my shop rag there. It's to contain any, I guess, spillage of the dye. Definitely don't want that. So you can see we have no pressure here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start the engine, and we're going to put in enough just to energize our AC compressor. So let's take a look. And there you can see the AC compressor is not running. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crack the line here. We're gonna start filling it up a little bit. We'll paste it in. And if we pan down here, let's take a look, and there you go. You can see it just clicked in, so now it is running. So that's what you want to see. And if your compressor does not kick in, you have another problem. Maybe leave it in the comments and I can help you out there. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get it a little colder. Normally you weigh in a certain amount, but I've done this a number of times. Do at your own risk. I'm just gonna put in enough just to cool the car down a little bit. So if we go in here, we can see it is 110 F or Fahrenheit. It's very, very cold, so I'm speeding up the video here and I'm just throttling it in, keeping it under 40 PSI on the low side, and you can see the temperature is going down. So I'll just cool it off a little bit. Now, once the car is cooled off, that's fine. I don't know exactly how much I have in there, but I know I didn't overfill it because I'm not making it ice cold. Time to turn the gauges off and disconnect the tank. Now, once you turn the gauges off, you can also turn the tank off and then open the gauges in a little bit again. And this will let what's remaining in the line from the gauges to the tank go into the car. Next up is to remove the line from the car. I took a quick look at the gauges there. High pressure is reading nothing because we don't have it connected, and low side was around 40, so that's perfect. So now we're going to take our rag, which we were just going to give everything a good wipe here. Now you want to remove this low pressure line with the car running. And the reason you want to do it with the car running is the pressure is always lower with the car running. As soon as you shut the car off, both sides will equalize and you will have higher pressure, which leads to a greater chance of contaminating things that you don't want contaminated, like nearby lines. All right, so no more voice overlay. Let's go to the real thing.
Yeah, so now if you put that over there, yeah, like that. Oh yeah, there, perfect.
Do you see it on the screen? Look at it blowing there now. Look, right there. Now, you may not have a leak at the condenser, so it's important to take the light and the glasses and go around all of the hoses and all of the connections. Right there. And there you can see there's a dye. And if you take a look at this, you can actually, hopefully the camera picks it up, you can see the green there. So it's definitely leaking there. So let's go back to the car, and you can see it is at 57, so fairly cold, but we know it's not gonna last forever because it is leaking. We gotta change that condenser. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And if you're wondering, I will be posting the how to change the condenser very soon.